Hello everyone and welcome. If you are new here, my name is Mary and I'm a writer and I play games that Sim 4, Fire Emblem, and Star Wars. Today I'm going to give my opinions on how I would go about doing classes. Now since it's a game, I'm doing it not to show us doing every single class, just the important ones that will help with the plot or teach something that could help us use in our journey. I'm going to put a list of timestamps in the description if you want to know about each class I'm going to talk about. With the latest gameplay stream that they're going to be doing, I'm expecting this video to get outdated, but I want to put my thoughts out there before. Muggle studies. As I mentioned in my last Hogwarts Legacy video, we're probably not going to be taking Muggle studies because if we, the players, would know about Muggles, because we are non-magical people. Arithmacy. Now if you're wondering what this class even does, well, according to Harry Potter wiki, this class is Arithmacy was a magical discipline that studied the magical priorities of numbers, including predicting the future with numbers and numerology. Those who studied and practiced arithmecy were called arithmancers. So this is going to involve a lot of math. For this class, the only thing I can think of that would be best for doing that they're not going to show this class because it would be important to deal with, but they might have it be that if our character does attend this class, they're going to be better at doing and solving problems. Though, I'll be honest, I'm fine if we don't take that class in Hogwarts Legacy or even get the option to. Ancient Runes. This is a class that Hermione took, and you might have guessed it's like a language class. The actual definition of this class is Ancient Runes was the mostly theoretical subject that studied the ancient rune scripts and magic. So basically you're just learning how to read what people said years ago. In this class, I don't think we're actually going to see our character take and sit down this class, but if we do take this class, I think gameplay-wise our character will be able to read ancient runes, which will either help them out with puzzles or recognize something written and exploring that will help us in the greater story. History of magic. Now this is one where I think we're only going to see this class if it's important to the plot, otherwise we're not going to see this one. Because as much as I love lore, just having us learn things irrelevant to the plot will not be good to the story. Also, this class could mean that we'll see Professor Binns depending on when he died. I haven't found any concrete answers on when he died. He also could not be dead when we see him and still be a professor as well. Care magical creatures. Now this is an interesting one. I think they could have us be able to interact with more magical creatures. We see quite a few of them already in the trailer, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's the case where once we've learned about a new creature in class, we're able to take care of it. Honestly, this is one where I wonder if they're going to force us into certain classes if that's what they're going to do. Divination. Now, if we do have the gift of sight, this might be a good way to see something happen in the future of the game and be warned about. This could be a good way to deal with stealth missions and know when not to cross them, to know where teachers are, their students and creatures are, so that you can avoid them. I can also see them allowing this to show us something important for the plot that we see through a crystal ball or something. Astronomy. Now, I wasn't exactly sure if this was the same for what we have compared to Wizard, so I actually looked up, and this class is Astronomy was the branch of magic and science that study the stars and the movement of planets. This subject where the use of practical magic and spells during lessons was not necessary. Honestly, the only point I can see having them show class for some sort of important event that happens during night but our character sees while doing this class. Otherwise they're probably just gonna name drop it. So like Muggle studies, I would just not have us go to that class. Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts. Now, the reason why I'm wrapping these two up together is because how I want them to go are basically the same. I only want them to be shown when we learn new spells and are able to use them. Of course, I could also see Defense Against the Dark Arts be used for, besides combat, learning about creatures that we could fight against that we wouldn't have learned about in Care Magical creatures. Potions. Now this one is obviously going to be the same, where they feel like it could be useful for our character to learn. They'll have us take it. But this one is more where I want to talk about how the class would work. I love it if we have to find the ingredients that we need to use for the potion. Then of course once we start making the potion, I won't be surprised if we get quick time events for when we put ingredients in, and honestly I'm kind of expecting it if we do get a potions class for mixing the potions in. Of course, when we have to do the stirring, we trace some sort of shape to make the stir motion. Transfiguration. Now, this is an interesting one as it results in changing the shape of things that are going on. Not only could this interestingly be tied into how we become an animagus, where we can learn more about them and eventually become one, but that's a different topic. This is probably the hardest one to do because it requires a lot of animation of transforming something to something else, so maybe they could just have us learn or know the rules for Transfiguration. I think a cool way to use what we learn in the game is to use Transfiguration for puzzles or something else clever in the game. Of course, one interesting way to show when we have classes would to have some sort of calendar that shows when each of our classes are. I really hope that we get that when we do get elective classes, we can choose other than Muggle studies. So let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you all next time. Bye.